As you know, that I charge money for my services. Okay, whenever people want one-on-one time, but there are a lot of people who send me their problems or their issues that they have, or they share their experiences, uh, and either they ask me if you can give me a reply, or they tell me make a video on it. Okay, so I don't mind making a video because I feel it helps, the general public. If I were to just reply to that one person, then it's just between me and that one person. I don't see any benefit to me because I'm running a business. I'm not running charity. Okay, I offer a professional service. So over the years, I've had these um, emails from females, emails from females. Okay, and you'll be very surprised that the Goras, the whites, these white females who are based, in the West. Okay, obviously they are based in the West, but they get into a relationship with an Indian man. India. Seriously, our Indians are literally in every part of the world. I guess I don't know. Is it just a very new phenomenon, or ever since, I don't know, they have got purchasing power, or what has happened? But too many Indians have spilled over. Yeah, obviously the population is 1.4 billion. So, how much can you fit into, like, fitting sardines in a can? So obviously they are, branching out, and then they multiply like rabbits. So we're talking of these Indians who are the first generation, okay, the first generation, maybe the second or third, who live in the West. They become like the Goras, so there's no problem. So when these guys move to the West, the new ones, there's always, cultural difference. There's always they're trying to adjust. And it's so funny because, why funny? Because I get these ladies. Okay, guys, they send me, okay, this guy was an embarrassment, or they send a video or a news link. But females, what they tend to do is share their personal experiences with these men. Okay. And sometimes it's like funny, sometimes it's, sad, sometimes really, oh my goodness, don't tell me, it's so cringe. So I thought, why not share with you a few examples here of these moments that these white females have had with these guys. Okay, obviously I'm going to share their specific information because they they know that I'll keep their information confidential. Okay, so no particular order. Forget the grooming, forget the smelly, forget the stinky. Let's keep that aside. Okay, let's keep all that aside. The parts which really kind of shocked me. One is very normal. The way these men behave in front of women. I've females have literally told me that some of them, not only stare. It's like they look and they don't stop. They just they do this. And the another habit is they even take out their smartphone and they're filming them, because in the West you can film. As long as you're outside, you can take a video. And some of them even drool, like they open their mouth and they drool. They are like, there was this one particular female who told me that, which I made a video. It seems this guy got an erection, and that also in an exhibition, a formal exhibition. He was like walking towards her, and he didn't know that he had an erection. So he was wearing a full suit. He was a delegation that had come down from India, and she was like, "Oh my goodness!" And he had a pot belly, and she didn't want, she just walked off, and he was approaching her. So that was one. Uh, so yeah, they just don't know how to act and behave with females. And another thing which they did tell me was, if they send them a message or they respond or they even smile, for some strange reasons, our Indians believe this is love. Oh, she likes me. Oh, she. And some of them, obviously the lower class, they say, show me Bob, you know, show me Bob's and Vegine. Show me Bob's and Vegine. That okay, we are making fun. They don't say Bob's, they don't say Vegine. That is only for the lower class. But these guys, like, if you start chatting with them, they want to see the female naked on camera. It's like right off the bat, And here's another very cringe behavior that Indian men are known for. They say, I love you. They just like, if they like the female, and it's like the amount of they're getting turned on or the sexual urges are building up. So instead of saying like, "Ah, I'm getting turned on or I'm getting horny or I love you." See, so the female, like, what? I love you. I love you very much. I love you. I love you. Okay, so that is another one. The love. Okay, and here's another one which was disturbing. There are a lot of these guys who are based in India, which I would caution women. And when they send me a message like this, I tell them, see, listen, he's playing you. There are some of these guys who are good looking, young, and they target these lonely older women. I think they get them from marriage websites that they are seeking for, marriage partner. So these guys, they're targeting these lonely, broken women, and then they start talking very sweetly and all that. And the red flag is when they start asking them for money. There was this, I'll not give the nationality, there was this female from the West who actually gave $15,000. $15,000, approximately that much. Now you might say, oh, that's not a big amount of money. But this female was like just working in a grocery store. She was 46 or plus, and she was hardly making ends meet. And she was busy sending money to this guy who was based in India. Okay. So, and he would send an emotional message. I love you. I can't live without you. Oh, crying and video. I love you. I was like, oh my goodness, you actually fell for this. He said, oh, I used to feel so sorry for him. He's so sweet. And later on, I told her, see, listen, why don't you find out what is he really like? Where does he stay and all that? Ask someone to find out. And I think she asked someone, they have these network groups. She asked someone who lived in that part of India. I don't want to give these details. And they found out that he is, whatever story he conjured up and gave it to her, it's all bullshit. He is working, he has a nice life, and maybe he was doing this with many other females. So and yeah, he did have a girlfriend. Okay, he did have a girlfriend. He was just playing this female. Another one was where the guy was actually married. This one was from South India. He's actually married, and he has kids, but he is telling this female who's pretty overweight, and she has a daughter, and here also she was giving him money. And he was telling her, I love you, I want to come down and spend my life with you, I don't love my wife, and this and that. And I told her, see, listen, if he's cheating on his wife and he's talking to you, and you are entertaining it, and she broke up with him multiple number of times, but he kept begging her to come back, and she would keep taking him back, and then he would ask her money again. And finally, when she got fed up, she Google search about Indian men, and she bumped into my channel, and that's how she got in touch with me. And I told her that, why don't you block him? She blocked him. He created new accounts. And when she tried to completely shut him out of his life, he went through the sister. Imagine, he's so determined that he loved her and he never gave up on her. Then the sister got fed up and blocked him, and yet he created another account. This guy's like persistent. And she was telling me, like, sometimes I feel, see how much he loves me. I said, it's not that he loves you. He's just bloody using you, I just told her, you're just lonely and frustrated. And it was only then I found out why she is so crazy about him, because she was lonely and frustrated. He used to give her a nice camera sex show. He used to show everything. So she used to get very happy in a happy place. And I guess females also have their weaknesses. So I told her, my dear, she finally opened up and I told her, see, listen, you're just lonely, you're frustrated. Find someone within your circles. This long distance thing it's not going to work out here. If he was really in front of you, fine. And he was claiming that I'll divorce my wife. And tell him, do that, come here and prove it. Which, anyway, is bullshit. So that is one, which I was very surprised. A number of our Indian men abroad are. No, our Indian men are very creative in all these endeavors. Ooh, you have to be very careful. Then another thing which females have told me about our Indians is what they, when they are spending time with the female, they'll like to put on their Sunday best behavior. Okay. So obviously they are taking them out to all the places. And so this particular female, she was telling me she's not very modern or, sleeping around and all that, conservative. She has, I think, 2 or 3 kids. And she told me that this guy, he worked with her in the company where she was working, and she was his boss, by the way. And it seems that he had the audacity to literally flirt with her, okay, not openly in front of everyone. And, she finally got, like, she was shocked because in the Western, this thing, that's grounds for losing a job. And she found it very romantic that someone would take the risk of their career just to, win her heart, apparently. I told her, see, listen, if he's not a citizen, he's looking for citizenship. Okay. And my gut feeling was right because he was not yet confirmed as a citizen. He was just working on the working visa. So he was nicely, um, so called proving his love for her. And she told me, Loy, if he was not serious, why would he introduce me to his mother and father? I said, that's the bare bones basic for an Indian. Introduce to the mother and father. And she said, no, it is such a big thing. And he got down on his knee to propose. I said, in the West, when they get down on the knee to propose, that is the most romantic thing. But he is just doing whatever it takes to get his visa and citizenship, my dear. And she's like, why do you think an Indian would not want to accept me? Am I that bad? I said, my dear, it's not that you're ugly or anything. An Indian man doesn't want to adopt another 3 kids, and you're his boss. You're earning more than him. He's earning less. He has everything to gain by you, supporting his candy ass. And then, the problem with females is they will talk logically, but they'll use their emotions. And then she told me that he took her to an Indian restaurant. Oh, it was so exotic, and it was the culture, the tradition, the namaste. And I was like, oh my goodness. Sometimes I feel these Western women, they're, oh, namaste, namaste, the tika and all that. And he took her to the temple, and she was like so touched. Oh, I felt a profound presence of God. I was like, oh. And then he took her to, there was a friendly community cricket match with all the Indians, and he proudly introduced me to everyone. I said, oh my, she was falling for all the nonsense what he was doing. Oh, he bought me gifts from his mother. He took me to eat in an Indian home, and they serve me chapati. Chapati. I just told her that, I just told her that, see, listen, just make sure that your career, your reputation doesn't spoil in the organization because you're violating the terms by being, in a sexual relationship with your office colleague. That is number one. He'll not complain. That's for a fact. But then I told her, if in case you guys break up or things don't work out, then it's going to be very uncomfortable with you having someone who has seen you naked, whom you have had sex. And I said, you don't even understand his language. You don't know what is he talking behind your back. You don't know what are his plans. And I told her, for an Indian who travels abroad, his only criteria is to get the passport. So your is key, and he's younger than you. And once he gets it, then he'll just one day tell you it's not working out. I'm sorry, I wanted it to work, and he'll go find himself a young hot chick. My job is to tell them what it is. So, do I know what happened? No, obviously, I don't know. I'm not going to follow up. But if it works, I'll be shocked, very shocked, because he was not very good looking, but he was definitely better looking than her, and she was definitely old, not very old, but older. Three kids. Remember what I told you? Yeah, yeah. These are things I can't tell the female because then they'll, how dare you call me that? And then I'll just give one last the same experience, so then we can wind up. Um, it- I do not know what it is, but this trend has developed where these Indian men they know how to be sweet, how to be nice. It's all about giving these words. I love you. You're amazing. Like this female was actually telling me he writes me poetry. I was like, uh, you can copy paste poetry from the internet. Okay, he writes me poetry. He even tells me that he wants to eat food when he's with me. He will not eat until I eat, and he's ready to try all new things with me, which my boyfriend didn't do. And he doesn't shout at me. He doesn't drink. I said, you're comparing someone to the in the West to someone who's an Indian, and he's most probably like a simp. Okay, so that's why he's putting you on a pedestal. And I said, all this, oh, he's so romantic, all that. I said, Indian men, after they get married and they eat the same dish every day, they get bored. And you will see a side of an Indian which you may not like. I said, Indian men have their nose up in the air, and females should listen to them. That is, if they earn good money. If he doesn't earn good money, he will make sure that he does whatever it takes to get his residency, stay there, and have a good life. Maybe because if he was accomplished, if he had a career, if he had money, if he had options, he wouldn't opt for, you know, just about anyone. But the problem is, I sometimes have to be very sensitive, as you can call it, or diplomatic with these words, because most of these females, huh, they are not the hottest things on the planet. They are, on, sorry to say, but they are like women who physically don't look attractive at all. Okay, and they are fat and not very fat, but obviously, you know what I'm saying. It's not like a college board that you see on one of the Hollywood movies, like Girl Calling or something like that. These are aunties, heavy, 80 kilos, 70 kilos, all plum. So, and old when you're 40 plus, and some of them are saggy and all that. I mean, yeah, you can say true love exists, and not everyone's like this. But come on, man. For a guy who's going to a foreign country and he wants that citizenship desperately, and always keep this in mind. This is one thing which I tell most of the females. See, when something is not normal, no? Something is like so extraordinary, means it is too good to be true. If the guy's writing poetry, I mean, who the fuck writes? Can you imagine a man and woman married for a couple of years and the guy's busy writing poetry? He'll be busy trying to work and make ends meet and pay the bills. And, when he's at home, he'll just leave me alone. Oh, he wants passionate sex and all that. What's gone wrong with you? It's like, in college days when you're horny, you think sex is love. And sometimes these females, because they are so barren, because they're so, they don't have anybody, they get this guy who is ready to rent a sausage, so to speak. So they feel, oh, he loves me. The only way these people learn is when these guys show their true colors. Because I can assure you this much. If a guy had options, if a guy had all the money in the world, if the guy he didn't need a visa or something, he had that white passport. Oh, I can write and give you open challenge. He will choose the best value money can buy. We all like to purchase the best iPhone, the best Samsung phone, the best car, the best holiday, the best hotel. Why? Because we feel we deserve the best. So why? I tell these females, like, why do you think he's going for you? No, he loves me, love. Uh, okay, whatever. And our Indian men are very good, very good. When they want something, they'll be very sweet, super sweet. He will give you his papad and his mota set chawal, and he'll give you chapati, and he'll give you his chicken tikka masala. The spices, the aroma, these are the words these females say. The aroma, the exotic, the culture, the tradition. Wow, the namaste. They fall for all this bullshit here. Come on. It's like what's that jackass's name? Trudeau, a dog shit from Canada. When he went to India, him and his family all put on the turban. Namaste. Who the hell is falling for all that bullshit here? Come on. Anyway, they learn the hard way. What else to say? But females, ladies, if you're watching, I seriously, from the heart, want to caution you. If something is too good to be true, it's generally the case. Please don't fall for sweet talking Indian men, especially the ones who are not citizens, who need a visa. Okay, let them get the visa. Let them earn enough and more money, be independent, and then let's see. After he gets his citizenship and he has enough and more money, would he still go for you? And that was a female with 2 or 3 children and who is elder to them and who's fat and who's old. Tell me, if given a choice between a young hot girl and an old lady, how many would go for an old lady? Come on. We see these photographs in Facebook where 81-year-old lady found her toy boy 24. He truly loves her. I know, we all know. It's like having this these young, petite, slim, slender looking hot females who are in their 20s going for a guy who is 60, 70, 80 with a pot belly. The first thing, what do we ask? How much money does he have? Isn't it? We have seen these live shows, no, TV shows. My bride from Asia or something. These guys in the West. Oh, she loves me so much. Hey, shut up. When will you grow up? You get a grandpa who's 70 years old, and you get this 20-year-old female from some Asian country. Oh, she loves me. Yeah, right. Shut up. You must be waiting after getting the passport when you'll die. Anyway, let him enjoy until it stands, and one day. Good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below, let me know what you think. But our Indians are progressing. Our Indian men are Jai Ho. All right, guys, comment down below. This is me signing off. Yalla, bye.